Alright, so I'm just leaving Starbucks, as they call it here. I'm in Denenchofu. This is where my parents live, and I'm gonna do a little walking tour of the architecture around here, just kind of showing you what things look like and talking about it. So this is a transit station. It's kind of like New York subway, pretty much exactly like. This looks like it's from Animal Crossing. That's what my mom says, and I guess it really does. It looks like the train station from Animal Crossing. This is a little town square, kind of the center of where we live. Gives you an idea of how big this place is. Not very big, but it's right outside of Tokyo, like literally 10 minutes on the train and you're in one of Tokyo's central hubs. That's a KFC. KFCs are very, very popular here. It's kind of a funny story. It's a holiday tradition to get KFC here, and I believe it's because KFC advertised that it was like a holiday thing in America in the 70s, and so Japanese people believed this story, they consumed this story, and now there are huge lines during the holidays for KFC because it's a Thanksgiving thing, because it's a Christmas thing. You can see right here these bikes are not tied up at all, and that's because there's no petty crime in Japan. People just don't there's no petty crime here. I lost my hat on a train, and I thought, well, my hat's gone, and no, it was not. It was turned into lost and found. After like 2 weeks of searching, I called lost and found, just kind of because my parents kept telling me to, and yeah, it was there. People have lost thousands of dollars on the train, and it's shown up. So here's the first house I want to talk about. This is maybe it's an office building, actually. Yeah, it's some sort of office building. I more have stuff to say about the houses. I don't really know anything about office buildings. I mean, I do, but oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna turn here. Yeah, these are some interesting houses. So this is probably gonna be about 5 minutes long from right here. So you can already see kind of how people cut the bushes in here. This is a relatively upscale place, but I don't know, it's still kind of cool that people cut along the wall like this, and you can't really see into a lot of homes. This is, am I on the wrong street? Damn it, I'm on the wrong street. Whatever. So this box home, this box design, I see a lot of. Here's another box home. They have a lot of modern looking things like this sort of, I don't know, looks kind of like curtains up top that just kind of obscures your view in. Ah, this house looks freaking awesome. So it's hidden behind this wall, but you can see the top of it. And what these homes remind me most of is Frank Lloyd Wright. I don't really know much about Asian homes except for that he was really influenced by them. And these sharp edges make this place look kind of like a pagoda, and a lot of his homes look like that. So I don't know where I am right now, and there's lots of people. So this is a pretty cool street. My parents say it's all sakura trees, so during the spring this whole street is pink and white. This is a more standard home. In Tokyo, 95% of people's domiciles are apartments or townhomes, and it's really not often that you see homes, but we kind of live in a smaller area where people live in mostly homes. I think this was the street I intended to take. I'll walk down it. You can skip through this video if you want. Just kind of find the houses. This is once again not the street I was looking for, but whatever. These houses look kind of cool. So there's a lot of construction going on in this area. I mean, there's always a few homes being constructed. This was not here the last time I was here. But look at this. This freaking like terraced levels. A lot of interesting shapes, and that same sort of pagoda style roof kind of hangs over everything on the top. It makes you wonder what is functional here and what is just for design, because some of those levels are like contain balconies, but other of them are just freaking lines. here's another house that looks sort of similar. Ah, this is the road I was looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna walk down this road and then back up the road. So try to just talk about houses on one side and then the other. This is a newly constructed home. I've never seen this one before. Clearly they're working on their greenery wall, but it'll be a while. It's an enormous house. There's a garage under it. Here's another one of these sort of box homes. I'm really not a fan of this design. I've seen them in Washington, D.C. before, but this is a lot bigger than the ones I saw there. It's just long, and it literally just is sort of rectangle that goes back. This one, it was the first box home on this street. 6 months ago, none of these two existed, but that one did. And it's a really ugly but interesting design. This looks like the side of a freaking church. These are homes. It has this kind of misty glass you see sometimes in showers, and then this rounded circle. And then you have that kind of entranceway there with the more standard squares that you see, and place for your car under. Never seen that house. I'm kind of uncomfortable going up there. This house looks like a freaking embassy. I don't even know. It's more the material. I mean, the design is kind of typical. Well, I mean, I was looking at that other large house that was behind the wall earlier, and this looks kind of like that. The trees are pretty cool though. But yeah, it's like some sort of marble. This is a very expensive home. All of these are expensive homes, but this one also, it has so much power going into it. I don't know, man. So over there's a school. This is what the streets look like. They're all HOV lanes, JK. I don't know what those diamonds mean. These homes are less exciting. A lot of them have courtyards, I guess, in the front. That one kind of has a garden in front. And yeah, you can't really see into many of these homes. At least, well, some of them. So I'm gonna take a left. The people who live in this neighborhood are generally pretty upscale. I see a lot of white people here, white business people, a lot of families, a lot of kids. Ambassador of Namibia's house. That's just how it is. Yeah, so it looks kind of like all the other ones. Ambassador of Namibia's residence. The trees in this area are interesting. Japan's foliage is not like ours, really. I mean, it is, but something about these shrubs and... I mean, these shrubs, I've seen things like it before in America, but they're everywhere. This is just how things grow. Like, those plants look kind of like... what are the little stunted plants? I can't remember what they're called. The little stunted plants people grow. Here's a school. Here's another home. It kind of has this box shape to it. Another home over there. So we're getting pretty close to my house at this point. There's one kind of remarkable house I want to show in about 2 minutes from now, and then it will be done. As for the cars in this area, it's kind of similar to Europe in that you get no huge cars. Like, there's a car down the street right now. It's kind of like a little truck. No, it's a little, I don't even know what to call it, but it's kind of like one of those. That's as large as cars really get around here. A lot of these, like this sort of pattern here with the long thin lines with greenery, you see a lot of that here. This is a pretty cool house. That same sort of shrubbery pattern I was talking about. We were talking about, yeah, right. There's some cool houses down there, but whatevs. Little gate obscuring your view into the place. Really beautiful streets, and as you can see, not really much traffic. This home reminds me of Frank Lloyd Wright as well. Frank Lloyd Wright has one house in There's a few very famous houses, and this one here, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the one in Chicago, or right outside, no, Buffalo, one in Buffalo. This one as well. But yeah, these houses look nothing like anything you see in America. I mean, think of like California style houses with their whitewashed walls, and I think they call it a Pueblo style or whatever. East Coast, we kind of have our own style. Washington, D.C. has a lot of stone. These look more like compounds than anything. So I'm going to leave the path that I'm familiar with at this point, because I think I'm going to get to the house I'm interested in checking out faster. See, a lot of these houses I can't even talk about because they have huge walls in front of them. Very compound-like. A lot of gates, which is kind of funny because there's no crime here. Makes me wonder what the inside of these houses look like. Just because the shape, like this shape, makes you think that there's a big open, maybe entertaining space or something inside. That is a huge house. But from the outside, you just have these carports and you can't really tell. But you can see the ceiling. Some of these houses are pushed back off of the road. I don't really know much about those. A lot of beautiful architecture, beautiful just decoration here. I don't know if you can see it, but that door had like golden handles, and the frame or the work on the gate is pretty intricate. This house is probably older, just completely covered by green. Another compound house. Another more traditional style house, I guess. 12 minutes, oh well. Maybe down here? This is a newer house. Actually looks kind of western. I mean, it looks like east meets west, but that right there is Roman influenced? The little, or maybe Greek or something. Old school car, nice. Nope, this is not where I wanted to go, but whatever. I'm just gonna walk to my own place at this point. And this is a really interesting house. But these don't even look like houses to me. They look like buildings with house elements. Something that you make in The Sims. This is cool. Big ass zoo type tree. Little carport. I see two. I don't know if those Chrysler 300s or Bentleys. I can't tell. Ooh, that looks cool. Wow, so much green. I'm pretty much officially lost at this point. This road feels a bit different from the ones that came before, where they had kind of distinct homes. This one, I mean, on both sides of me are kind of gates, but on the right there are gates, but on the left it's more just the walls of the homes, and they're all elevated. It's pretty freaking cool. Ooh. Never been here before. Wow. Whenever I see places that are heavily constructed of stone, I think of Washington, D.C. But this is not Washington, D.C. Oh, damn it, I don't know where I am. That's a really cool house. Very small. It has sliding doors kind of all around it, which is what I think of as a more typically Japanese style, or traditional. Cool window. I can talk about some of the other differences I see in the architecture and street composition and stuff here. So the area I live in is not, it has a transit core. It's kind of like a small village. What is this? It's like a small village, and there are multiple villages around it, and they're connected by big, that's cool. Connected by big kind of artery roads, but then you just have your sort of typical urban sprawl off of it. And yeah, it is typical urban sprawl. There's not really much method to the madness of the streets as they wind around each other. It's kind of more determined by plot sizes, and has grown over time. Whoa, cool. I want to live there. Whoa. Beautiful homes, and this is a very wealthy area. Like I said, 95% of Tokyo's apartments, yeah, and they're not big apartments either. Oh my god, that's so nice. I don't know where I am at all anymore. I took one unfamiliar turn, but that's okay. Look at these houses. I think this is once again another example of kind of Western elements in a newer home. I don't think that railing style exists or comes from Japan. These homes definitely look very alien. I like being able to walk around a wealthy area because you can see kind of what people do and... Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Whoa. Damn. Some Great Gatsby type housing. But yeah, you can see what people do once they have enough money to get playful with style. Yeah, see this same green and then kind of slotted pattern is kind of everywhere. And the same long box home. This I find very ugly. And it looks kind of like a church too. This is just a epic fail from the Sakamoto and Yamakawa family. The house I was trying to show you had that same box design, but it was elevated off of the ground, and they used the bottom of it as a carport for their very nice BMW. And then they have a hammock hanging too. This is a nice touch. Another Frank Lloyd Wright looking house. I think it's because of the way that the roof kind of covers the home and the multiple layers, and the way that there are lots of parallel lines, but they're not all the same sort of parallel line, like garage lines, greenery hanging over that same sort of small brick pattern with different colors, and then you have two layers of roofs. This looks like a Western style house. Looks like a Western style church, actually. Look at Starbucks. International brand, bitch. Okay. I think I know where I am. Yes, I do. I'm almost at home. My favorite homes that they have here, I guess there's a few elements, but I love finally seeing where Frank Lloyd Wright got his inspiration from. And seeing how, I mean, look at this goddamn house, holy shit. That's what is this? So they have a gate, which you can't get into because they have this thing in the way. Does it go down? No, looks like you can put it down. Huh. And you can go in, they have a courtyard in there. There's a lot of stone in the courtyard and greenery, very pretty. And then they have a freaking spiral staircase that you can see from the exterior. It's just sort of a cut-in. And you can tell that's like a large space. And then it goes up to the roof. And like you can't tell from the exterior of the house really what the shape inside is. Huh. Oh, sorry. Yamamoto coffee! Starbucks coffee! Coffee is everywhere. Oh, I think I already walked past this. But now I know where I'm going. There's a sort of art collective of sorts right here. If it was open, I would go, but it's not. I've never been there. I'll show you it though. So it seems to be some sort of like artists are invited to come work here. And they work down in that entryway goes down into the building and then up into that building behind it, which actually I believe is the building I was saying has the spiral staircase. If that is the case, I cannot wait to go see it. One day. It's interesting how they have these slotted wood paneling things in the shape of the home, just kind of for show, masking some of the windows. It's a really nice stylistic touch. And then a lot of the green covering the yard, obscuring probably the windows in and out of the house on the side. Well, I can kind of see, it looks like there are a lot of windows there. Some sort of sunroof area. So this is my street. Oh my god, there's the construction I walked by earlier. All the way at the end of the road. My road. These houses are not as, I mean, they're all kind of masked by greenery on both sides. Fitting as my parents would like it. There are a few beautiful homes over here that I never really get to see because there's so much green. But I'm gonna snoop a little bit. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh. And I think it has a big wall, so you really cannot see into it. And I'm gonna stop the video before I go inside. Yep, so just a little bit of Japanese architecture.